link is. It's not keeping up when it gets hot. Nice and cool out this morning. It was running when I got here. And I had a cool liquid line, so this thing, man, good old Tempstar. Let's just panel off first and look at the evaporator before we go check and charge. She's a little dirty. Actually, an evaporator, amazingly, looks pretty clean. Wow. Transformer. Gotta love these old systems. Blower's nice and dirty. Sure, the wheels ate up too. Oh yeah. Man. Alright. Well, just gonna throw some gauges on it. This thing's ancient and I don't know how much good I'm gonna do for it, but let's see what it looks like outside. So nothing much to see out here. Capacitor looks good. Like I said, it was running when I got here. They said anytime they turn it below 75, it freezes up. It felt low when I got here, and it's got all the signs of being low. It's obviously, I saw some oil traces inside on the evaporator, so I mean they need to. We're polishing a turd here. We're not going to do too much. The blower needs to be clean. The evaporator is unusually clean. And this AC looks like it's fairly newer than the inside coil. So let's get some gauges on this guy and see what we got. We got some dirt up in there. We'll check the coil and make sure it looks all right. And then go from there. They're probably going to have to make a decision with this thing. It's not worth trying to throw an evaporator at or trying to fix any leaks. You know, no valve core or no caps. So let's get some gauges on and see what we got. So here we are. My subcooling is 20 degrees. We got, could be slightly low, 29 degrees superheat. With my indoor temperature, 20 degrees is my calculated target. Maybe we have an airflow issue. I think we got a couple things going on here. One of the things, my condenser coil is a little bit dirty. I can see light through it, but it's got some crap in there. There's 66 degrees. 66 degrees, so the dryer's good. I wonder if this thing's even got the right piston in it. It shows it's a TXV out here. Like I said, this looks like it's been replaced. The indoor was not, so this thing may be mismatched too. See what kind of, yeah, we got a 13 degree temp drop. Blower motor may be causing us a whole bunch of issues, so let's take a look inside. Maybe we need to clean that blower wheel first before we do anything. Hope we got some good water pressure. This is like a greasy, this is a maintenance shop, so it's a mess, but we'll get it cleaned up. We'll get this guy cleaned up. Still see a little bit of crap, but most of the grease came off. He said I'm gonna be moving some airflow now. So, capacitor checked good. Let's slide this guy back in here and see what we get then. You can see my suction pressure improved a little bit, but we're gonna give it a little bit of charge here. See where that gets me. So a little bit at a time, we may clean this condenser coil as well. This thing only holds about a little over 4 pounds of refrigerant, so we're not going to overdo it. We'll just see what happens. Again, I don't know if the right piston's installed. Somebody just came out and threw this AC on here fairly new on an old air handler, so they don't match either, so my readings aren't going to be perfect. At least I know the blower's clean now. We're getting better on temp drop. I'm also fighting rain right now too, and that's looking better. It says my target is still about 20 degrees, 28, so we'll let it put a pound in it, let it sit for a little while and see what it looks like. So again, she ain't gonna be perfect. We dropped that superheat. My evaporator's above freezing now, so head pressure's up a little bit. It's like 62 degrees out here. It makes it difficult, but I'll give this coil a rinse before I run off and leave it. I'm happy with it. It's not gonna get much better than it is right now, with the system being mismatched. And God only knows what's inside. So we're gonna call this one good. I just got word that another air conditioner down on the same site, so ought to be another interesting one. We'll see how dirty this thing is. So I couldn't get any video inside because they were standing there watching me. But anyways, 118 volts going to my furnace. When I check here with the transformer connected, I'm fluctuating between 108 and 118. It's just kind of dancing around. And what I think happened was I couldn't push the contactor. It's a 3-phase contactor on the outdoor unit. I couldn't push it in. I had voltage. I tried to bump the contactor and I couldn't even push it in. So I think that took out the transformer. So we got a contactor, and I don't have the little 40 VA transformer, but I do have a multi 75 VA. So it's a little big and bulky, but let's go over here and get these things changed and see what happens then. So this is a newer unit, but I'm not making contact in there. I don't know what's behind there. We'll tear the thing apart, but something's in there. Stopping it from making contact. Contacts don't look terrible. So let's get his contactor changed out. I think that tore up the transformer. Turn this thing back on. 37. I checked this before. I'm just making sure. 240. We're gonna bump this thing. Just make sure it runs and sounds good. It didn't sound real good. It sounds better. It's been off for a little while. So, alright, we'll get amp draws and we'll definitely check the charge, because this is an aftermarket wiring harness for a compressor. That's a Copeland wiring harness. So I'd say that either the plug got replaced or the compressor got replaced. You can see the tape down there, which matches up with the tape right here, and that's not factory either. So we're definitely gonna check our charge and make sure it looks all right. Transformer in, tighten up our wires. Should be good. I'm gonna get measure quick hooked up. So while we're letting that guy even out, it looks okay to begin with. We're gonna take this contactor apart, see what the hell's inside of it. Look at that. Wow. I can smell it. When I started taking it off of there, you can smell it. It's burnt up like crazy. It's just crazy it didn't blow a fuse. Like I said, I checked my voltage at the switch and I had a steady 118 volts. When I checked at the transformer, I had fluctuating voltage. So I disconnected the transformer and checked my voltage on the spade terminals removed from the transformer, and I had a good steady voltage. So we could have put some stress on the, and this obviously didn't short out completely, but it tore up the transformer too. I mean, I can't believe it didn't short out. But anyways, where are we at over here? It's looking pretty normal. 9 degrees subcooling, 9 degrees superheat. I'm gonna suspect this is a TXV, so I mean, it's probably looking for a little more subcooling, but yeah, it's just gonna tell me center of range. It's still set up as a fixed orifice. Change it to TXV. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what kind of temp drop we got. I mean, we're at almost 18 degree temp drop, so I'm gonna call that one good. I wish I could have got some video on that, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. This was kind of an odd one with the transformer and the contactor that wouldn't pull in, so but they wanted to sit there and watch me, but I was at least able to show them what I was seeing. So leave me a comment, let me know what y'all think, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.